Let's give it a couple minutes. It's 2:02 p.m. I don't even know what time zone we're in. Mountain time? Is that what New Mexico? I don't. I stopped keeping track of time so long ago, and as people go through this incarnation, like the need to keep track falls away, and then you have people that are conditioned to just live the same day over and over and over, and they might think that their day is just so full of activities and they're doing things, and the productivity has declined this country in a way that I never thought I'd see. I'm starting to get to the age where I say things I never thought I'd see the way the world is now. I never thought I'd see, Like when I was a little girl, I was a tomboy, right? And like I thought about like I wanted to be a boy, but these are secrets I kept. You don't talk about these. People know the things that you talk about that's acceptable and not. And there's a lot of stuff that I talk about that other people find very unacceptable, and I have no problem with it at all. And so hopefully maybe I can make somebody feel a little bit more comfortable with talking about things. Hi, my name's Marge. I'm a Heyoka. I just like having these little talks about how I feel about things. I've been doing it for a long time. I got one of my talk is on cassette tape. I got another talk on DVD, sharing my experience, strength, and hope. That however scoundrel, scumbag, whatever dirty deeds I used to do, I don't need to do them anymore. And I made amends for those deeds. And for those people that have harmed, I've gone back and said, how can I make it right? And people have given me things to do. Today I struggle. My heart struggles. Artie's on hospice, my oldest dog. His liver's going bad. And so we're going to love him a little while longer. And because I do things that other people don't do, sometimes people come through for me. So the people that have been taking care of him, his vets the last 3 years, they're going to come home, they're going to come here. And unless he wants to pass on his own, I mean, I notice he breathes more labored, it's hot. Hopefully that would be the best case scenario. He's comfortable now. He's not pissy. He's not acting sick. And if he starts getting too labored, then we'll call in the troops, and then we'll send him off to heaven. And I'm holding out. I'm hoping he'll hold out till August 24th, which will be his 13th birthday. So he's going to get a lot of ice cream and stuff like that. And he'll be 13 August 24th, Ma. Your son's birthday. And it's so funny how similar they are. It's like how their lives, it's astrology. There's so much more to it than people give credit. And I know that because I just made that basket. So, I am grateful to the staff, the folks at Taos Vet Clinic, that are so supportive. And even like Liz, she's a homie, man. She's a homie. Yeah, she's a homie. She's Aries. Yeah, she's a very good woman, and we were talking about our anger, and how like things that she does, and I'm gonna try some cortisol treatment to help keep me down here more on Earth, because the energies, man, and they're activating my chart so crazy. All this Cancer, Capricorn, that's my first, second, and 6th and 7th house. It's like, and then Aries is my sun, and we're moving into the Aries North Node, and Libra into the South Node. Thank goodness I got Libra in Pluto. Pluto's in Libra for me, so that to me is balance, because I'm gonna need it, because just more stuff I'll get over, more stuff that time will help pass. It just getting on the other side is hard. So I wonder what the daily reflections say today. Let's see. The daily reflections. What is today? It's the 7-Eleven. 7-Eleven. July. I just opened up to my birthday. Freedom from the King alcohol. That's the reading on my birthday. That's funny. June, July 11th. A turning point. A great turning point in our lives came when we sought for humility as something we really wanted, rather than something we must have. Humility. And that's what we're, this next part, because we see what people can do given their free will. We see what they can do with that. And they didn't take it to make themselves better. They didn't take it to go inside and clean house. They took it, opportunities to live externally, and now we're at the collective wave of bullshit. So a lot of people are dying. A lot of people's health are real bad because, they live that best life too much without freaking not without a balance, or at least a freaking, half discipline to their 3/4 self-will run riot. There's gonna be a lot of sad people in this next few months. Lot. I already know. I can already see how things are going. I'm a seer. It's what I do. I'm psychic, intuitive. I get it from mom. I get my ability of telekinesis from my mom. There's all this stuff that people say is freaking alien. It's human. People just forgot how to be human. Where is the humanity? Well, humanity, I always understood is like help your, you watch it on TV, help your neighbor, help your friend, help your, help. Our two people, it's just weird. It's weird. So, I've been thinking about my friend. She's moving, 75 years old. She's moving from the place that she lived with her husband, who died a tragic alcoholic death. And she's been doing it by herself, and I wish I could be there for her. She's 75, and I can't. But she's doing it. See, we got to go through shit. We got to go through hell. We got to go through fire and keep our soft edges, just so we can show other people that they can see, that they can go through the shit that they go through and keep their soft edges too. I'm trying so hard to keep my soft edges. I was talking to my buddy Carl a little while ago, and I was telling him about how my teeth, my gums, and yesterday and the day before, I know it's stress. It's unequivocally stress. I wholeheartedly, my whole life, ever since I was in first grade, and the dentist came and freaking talked about oral hygiene, and they put those red tablets in your mouth, because I always wanted to do right, and I didn't want cavities, but I had cavities. I had really messed up teeth. And then I got braces. I wish I wouldn't have got braces. I wish I would have still have my janky ass smile. This janky ass smile. I wish I still had this janky ass smile. Where my teeth are all fucked up. I wish I still had that smile. That's all vanity. Chasing vanity. That's all ego stuff. You know, people care about people because of how their teeth look, you know? I just think it's telling. I think there's a direct correlation between people's oral hygiene and the shit that they talk and the shit thoughts that they think. Right? And I've noticed that, and I paid real close attention because I got to be careful about getting mad because I got these 8 anthrax vaccines Uncle Sam gave me because I was just going along to get along too. Stupid motherfuckers. Fucking military is such a fucking joke, dude. I am so sick of people celebrating a freaking bunch of having parades for middle midgets. Yay, team! We go to places in other countries and kill people that didn't deserve to die. Let's have a fucking parade about it. Fucking really? Come on, man. Where's the God in that? You know? First we learn you don't kill people, and then they teach you, oh, as long as you go over there in their house and freaking do it in their house, and then we go back and tell them, oh, it's all for our own safety, then that's okay? Anyway, I'm trying not to get angry. I'm trying really hard not to get angry about everything. Anything, because I've been so stressed out yesterday and the day before. And I know it's just because I'm in fear because of Artie. I know it. And I got to practice more faith than my fear. And start making my gratitude list, you know, and all that stuff. And so, brushing my teeth yesterday and the day before, I had a tender spot. So I was kind of massaging it with my... No, it doesn't hurt. It was just tender. So I was like massaging it. And my gums started bleeding so much. I felt like it was God saying, you need to stop getting mad and talking shit. You really need to stop talking shit and getting angry about stuff. You really... And he gave me this 2 days in a row. And today it wasn't like that. I wasn't so adamant. Wasn't trying to provoke it either. But, and also I understand that teeth are correlated to different organs in your body. Yes. I remember reading stuff about that when I was a little kid, and that stuff is all, God has always given me the knowledge I've needed to know. And then he gives me people in life, and if their knowledge lines up with the knowledge that God's given me, then divine creation. I just can't get through to people to get to that point. So, oh well, I'll keep trying my tactics. So, and then I talked to my buddy Carl, and he told me a story about a guy who got out, he got out to change his tire, and he got really, really mad, right? Because it's anger. Anger is toxic. It's straight up poison. I work really, really hard to keep myself detoxified because I have so much justifiable anger that I am transmuting at all times. And so Carl was telling me about how the guy who got out, changed his tire, got really, really mad. And then it was like, and then he felt like a shoot through his body. What I believe happened is he disassociated. Like he had, like something happened and he came out. That's what happens with people in trauma, because the soul can handle all things. The soul, my spirit and soul have been through incarnation and after incarnation after incarnation. It has burned, it has drowned, it has, gone down, and it has done all of it. I just don't think it has unconditionally loved the way it's supposed to. And that's what I'm here to do, is to learn by teaching. You don't give your fucking dog a cat. If you can't keep an animal its whole life, don't get it. Think it all the way through, and that's what people need to do, is start thinking all the way through. Well, anyway, old boy that freaking had that jolt came back. Just shortly after that, all of his teeth started falling out. Yeah. There's just a lot to be said. Psychic energy is comes through the teeth. That's why, man, like you get bacteria and it's right next to your brain. It makes you think goofy, you know? That's why I'm like every day, Mom, brush your teeth. Time to brush teeth. Mouthwash, brush teeth. Mouthwash, for years. Just, you know? That's my role as her daughter, remind her to brush her teeth. She always did it for a long time all by herself, and then we moved to Oregon and she stopped doing a lot of stuff. But I started doing more. Anyway, I hope folks are figuring out how to come into their emotions. Hey, Tanya, good to see you. Hey, Kev, man. Because people are going to need more examples of how to process. And I'm really going to try and keep coming from my heart and not coming from a place of anger. Because it's going to kill me quick. Artie's always been the one that has always been standoffish, He doesn't like other dogs. He likes, and I believe it has a lot to do with he was the runt and he had Addison's disease and his mother's, he was supported his mother, when he was in vitro, because his mom was the mom when she ran into rescue. The dad was like, the owner went to jail. That's why the mom went to rescue, and then Artie was born the next day. So he knows trauma, he knows stress, and it's I try not, as much as I try not to get mad, I still get mad about plenty of shit, and being my dog ain't easy, and I've never put my hands on him out of anger. Never once. I don't touch things when I'm mad. I don't touch things when I'm angry, because I there was one thing that happened with Tucker that I was really angry at him, and I went up to him like I was like, and then I stopped myself like I was gonna push him over like to tipping a cow, and I stopped myself, and he still went over, and I did not lay hands on him. That's what energy does. It's potent, it's strong, and no, I didn't touch him. He just kind of like flipped over. He kind of went over on his side. He was on the mattress. He was on the bed. I just walked up and I was like, ugh, like that. And then I stopped myself, and my energy kept going. That's why people do Tai Chi and shit like that. So, and people would rather freaking watch mind-numbing baseball or football or some shit than believe that people have the power to move things without touching it. That's silly. That's silly. Anyway, yeah, temperatures are flaring. I did see Reading did get downgraded. It was supposed to be 117, 118 Saturday, Sunday this weekend, and now it's like 111 Saturday and 112 Sunday. Still, like their 14-day out forecast going out or whatever, extended forecast, it's all over 100 degrees, and that puts such a strain on so many people. And a lot of people, like, they got that shot, and freaking, that's like crazy mad science in you. So you ain't gonna regulate temperature like you did before. Things are gonna be different now. I hope they're gonna have cooling station for elderly people, and stuff like that, because there's a lot of people that can't that like last time when we had chicken pox. When I had chicken pox, it was 117 in Reading. We couldn't afford this. The swamp cooler 2 hours in the afternoon is what you let, and I would lay right below it for that whole time, and then the rest of the freaking 22 hours I was miserable because I couldn't itch. Sucked. But hot's hot, man, and everybody gets their chance. And I know there's a lot of part of the country that's flooding right now. Right now, there's floods all over the place. That's gonna That's gonna freaking ruin people's days. It's still, there's all these other people that, and there's always stuff that can be done for people that are going through shit. But there's just it never trickles down, because there's too many politicians in the White House doing coke and shit. And now it's catching up. The truth is coming out. A lot of truths are coming out. It's 222. A lot of truths are coming out. But the good news is, I'm using my angst and my anxiety, my sadness. I don't have anxiety. Um, I'm using it so whenever I feel powerless and whenever I get sad about arty, I'm just gonna do a set. A set of 300. So that's what I do. I turn my pain into strength. And I'd like to teach other people how to do that. But first they have to get past themselves like I did. I had to get past myself, you know. I mean, there is no reason why anybody should be going without anything right now. And I was listening to that Lori Lovethan. She's an astrologer. She was doing her. She did a premiere earlier. About 1 o'clock, I think, is when it started, and I was listening to that for a while. And whenever she talks about big pharma, and astrologers talk about big pharma and how it's I can't remember the placement that actuates it or activates it or flips the switch or closes the contact or whatever, but that is when you start to see more people overdosing. When the overdosing, and it doesn't matter the color of their skin, their economic background, who they're fucking, what body they're born in, and what body they feel like being in. That so many people are trying to escape from how they feel right now, which I can wholeheartedly understand. Although there are positive ways to handle situations over negative ways. And I have blown my life up how many times? Mom has been witness to me blowing my life up. I get mad, I throw tantrums, and I don't just burn the bridge down. That was the old me. Now I go in peace. Yeah? It's better that way. I might live longer that way. I'm hoping to have a 50th birthday party. Well, I'm going to have a 50th birthday party April 9th this next year in Taos, New Mexico. Everybody's welcome to come. I'm going to make an event, invite the whole town. First 100 people eat for free at Allie's Food Cart. And then I'd like to see a lot of people that watch my videos. It's scary to put it out there. I'm not going to lie. There's been a lot of times that I've tried endeavors. I wanted to make things happen, and they just kind of went like those little dudes in those big trucks, like their penises. That's what just, wrong time, wrong place. Maybe I don't succeed because I talk about freaking little men in big trucks, little penis. It's them, it's not me. Hell, I don't even have one. I don't care. Who needs parts that aren't going to work one day? I don't need that kind of frustration in my life. I have enough all of my own. Even though that I fully understand that the only reason why dudes' parts don't work is because their brains are telling them shit to make it not work. It's them. It's always them. It's always them. Just like it's me. I am always the problem. Whenever I have a problem in life, it's always me. Whenever I am in comfortable life, it's always me. Whenever I find fault in other people, it's always fault that I have in myself. And it sucks. It's exhausting. So, yeah, to have a party and to just not have a lot of people come would suck. That's alright. Just make the best of it anyway. I want to buy, I found these Bluetooth karaoke speakers on stands I want to get. I'm going to do it up, man. See, because I watched a movie a long, long time ago called The Big Fish, and I always felt like my life was kind of like that movie. It was so unbelievable that people just wouldn't believe the stories were true. Because they led unremarkable lives themselves. Who knows? At the end of his life, all the characters and the stories came back to celebrate him as he turned into the big fish in this guy. And so, That's what I want to do for my halfway to a honey. Halfway to 100. I want to have a big party, and I want to invite every person that's been significant in any kind of measure, whether I've met them or not in my life. Be cool if they could all come. So, how long have I been talking? I think I've been talking long enough. What else? Oh, I guess I could finish the daily reading. That was the first part. This why do they talk? It's not AA approved literature, but they talk about AA. Whatever. I'm not shitting on any 11th tradition, even though like people are shitting on the 11th tradition. I am seeing a lot of people are getting sober. They're recognizing what it. There's a lot of people going down that dark path, but there's way more people going down the dark path with that devil's spit. But there are a lot of people that are getting sober. And if anybody wants any direct help with that, I have a lot of years experience. My email is straightpeoplelike2@gmail. If you're ever struggling, I'm good at that. Struggling and getting past it. So either the AA way of life either becomes one of joy, or I return to darkness and despair of alcoholism. I had that hasn't happened to me. I have dark days, but I haven't gone back to AA because it's just another freaking incestuous, gross. There's people in it that make it gross. So all of it's gross. If there's more gross than not, yeah, it does good. It helps people not, do that stuff. But there's still plenty of people that are doing really gross shit that are acting like they're trying to get better. Dirty, gross shit. Stuff that they should be in prison for. But as long as they tell it they're a sponsor, they're like the Duggars. They're so egomaniacal that it's like, as long as I tell my sponsor I don't got to go turn myself in. That girl didn't want to sleep with you. But you tell your sponsor, and your sponsor doesn't have you go, if you got to do jail time for shit that you did 10 years ago, people got to make that shit right, and they're not doing it, so we'll see how it goes. Joy comes to me when my attitude concerning God and humility turns to one of desire rather than a burden. The darkness in my life changes to radiant light when I arrive at the realization that being truthful and honest in dealing with my inventory results in my life being fulfilled with serenity, freedom, and joy. Trust in my higher power depends, and the flush of gratitude spreads through my being. I am convinced that being humble is being truthful and honest in dealing with myself and God, and then the humility is something I really want rather than something I must have. And God to me is good order.